today I just want to look at somebody comes in for a gel polish and they've got really weak, flimsy nails. And what you can do is to put a layer of hard gel, like this builder gel here, over the surface of the nail before you actually apply your gel polish. And the way we would do that would be, we would do all our nail prep as explained in the video on nail prep, and then you would be ready then to actually start applying your gel. So we want to make sure that we dehydrate the nail plates after we've done all our nail prep, and I'm just using an acetone here just to wipe over the surface, and that's going to remove all traces of oil and liquid from out of the nail. You can apply a nail prep if you wish, but basically it's just an alcohol, so it's not going to do any more than what the acetone did, but you know, people like to follow a system sometimes, and this is all part of this base 1 range. Now I'm going to apply my primer. This is a non-acid primer. Always use non-acid primers with gel, not acid primers. I'm just going to place that onto the nail. I'm going to get my gel, and obviously you want to be doing all the 8 fingers first, so I'm just going to pick up some gel on the tip of the brush and then just brush that carefully onto the nail, taking care not to get it on the skin anywhere. So just brush it onto the nail in a thin coat, like so. It will self-level a bit, but ideally you just want to get it on nice and smooth. Just cap the end like this, and then we will then put that into the lamp for, I usually put it in for 60 seconds. So I'm just going to press 60 here. Now what we need is a lamp that is 48 watts at least to cure hard gels, and I will leave that on for 60 seconds. So now it comes back out the lamp. I'll just go back on with a second thin layer. Just want to go on to here again. Second thin layer, don't let it build up thick at the back, and make sure you get into the edges. Now we're only using thin coats here, not thick coats. It's just to give a covering of the nail. Then if you wish, you can turn the hand over for a few, up to 30 seconds, and that will self-level the gel, and then it will stop it running down into the sides while you're waiting for it to self-level, and it won't go thin on top either. So after you're quite happy that it looks pretty good, in you go into the lamp again, but this time we're going to go in for the full 90 seconds or 2 minutes in the LED. So now it's come out for the second time, and it's still sticky because that's the residue layer. So I'm going to wipe that residue layer off so it's no longer sticky. And what I usually do then is a quick file over just to make sure that it is smooth. So I'll just get my file and I'll just smooth it down. No matter how careful you are with the gel, sometimes you get a bit of unevenness, and we don't want to be putting the gel polish on top of an uneven surface. So I'll just get my file and just file that in so that it's a nice smooth surface. And of course you can do this service on people who've got thin nails and just want to grow them. without them breaking off all the time, and you can apply this hard gel onto their natural nails. Once I've done that, I'm just going to go over with a block. And when I'm satisfied that that surface is now really good, I will apply my gel polish. You don't necessarily need a base coat because obviously you've got gel on here. You don't need to add more primer because you've got a gel coating on there. And the nail now is very strong. It won't bend or flex so that the polish won't chip off. The polish will last longer. And another advantage is that when they come back in for the repolish to be done, you can actually file it off because you're only going back to this hard gel underneath. Now what you will need to do is infills. Now obviously when it's grown out to about here, what you'll need to do, and the polish will be there of course, so I'm just going to put a little bit of polish on and show you what I mean. Right, so this is an imaginary 2-week infill ready to be done. Now normally you would just foil wrap the polish and then you would just wait up to 15 minutes and then scrape off the polish off the natural nail. But because we've got a hard gel underneath, what we are going to do is we are going to infill the back section where the new growth is to maintain the consistency. And but because we've got the hard gel underneath, we'll be able to file off this gel here. So we get our electric file and we will just go over the surface like this, and we'll be able to file the gel back to the actual nail underneath. Now I'm using a sanding band here, but it will be quicker with a metal one, so I'm just going to get the metal one just to show you the difference. So I've now put the carbide bit on, and this is just kind of like a fine or a medium. I'm going to switch my drill on, and then I will just go over the surface of the gel, and you can see it comes off a lot faster. But you're not doing any damage to the natural nail because you're only going back to that gel that was underneath. So this is a lot quicker than doing a soak off. A lot quicker. So let's just take the rest off, make sure we get off. You might need to help it a little bit with a hand file just to get those little bits off. So now we've got the gel off. You will have a gap at the back here with possibly a little line where the gel was, so you can just smooth that down, keeping your electric file very flat down. Like that. I'm going to switch this off now, put it back in its holder. Then I might just smooth it off with a hand file a little bit. There we go. Now what I'm going to do now is to push back the cuticles just like you normally do when you're doing a nail prep, and you're going to have this new nail growth at the back. So what you've now got to do is to take this metal one off, put your sanding band on, bring the speed down to a very slow speed, the slowest you can get it, and then just go round the back of the nail on the new nail growth just to take off any skin that may have grown there. just smoothing that out a little bit. So what we're going to do now is just go over the whole nail with one coat of gel. Hope you can see this okay. Of course I'm having to work on myself here. I'll switch that off again now. And I'm just going to wipe it over with some gel white liquid, which is isopropyl, which will also dehydrate that nail plate somewhat. I'll get my nail prep liquid, just go along the back section where the new nail growth was. Get my primer, which is a non-acid primer, and just go along the back section with that, where the new nail growth is. Get my hard gel, just go back to the back, make sure you get a coating at the back, and just place on your hard gel over the whole nail. It's just one coat of gel. Smooth it out. Don't let any go on the skin, clean it off if it is there. Pop it into the lamp for 2 minutes. When it comes out the lamp, it's going to have the sticky residue layer, so just wipe that off. Quick file over, just to make sure that there's no roughness or grooves or dents on the surface. Gel file's really easy, so this is not a big massive job to do. Give it a wipe. And there you have completed your infill with and you can now reapply your gel polish. So this is a very good service to do. You know, if you're doing a gel overlay onto natural nails, so people can grow their own nails where they normally just keep breaking off. You know, it's going to encourage them in the future maybe to have just some gel polish or whatever, but quite often they like to leave them natural, which is fine, but you will have to do that infill every 3 weeks. Gel polish normally is every 2 weeks if it's just onto the natural nails, but once you put the gel on, it does tend to go to every 3 weeks, because the hard gel underneath just keeps the gel polish on a lot longer, and your clients will be very happy with that. So I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you next time.